back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. So I've been wanting to do this video for a while now. This is my ride or die makeup, which means these are my go-tos. These are my most repurchased products. These are the products that I pretty much rely on, and this is my go-to look using these products. So I pretty much do this every time I'm gonna do like a full face of makeup. This is the look that I feel myself in. This is the look that it's my favorite look. So I just wanted to use my favorite products, my favorite look, sit down and film it for you guys. So I'm gonna walk you through what the product is and why it's my favorite, why I've repurchased it so many times. Yeah, so if you wanna see how I got this look and what products I use, then let's get into the video. So the first product is moisturizer. I don't switch this up too much, but recently I've gotten this Clinique sample of the dramatically different moisturizing lotion. And my Sephora girls, they know that this is all I sold when I work there. So I have been using just like the Gold Bond moisturizing healing, ultra healing lotion because my skin is so sensitive that if I change it up in any way, it's like crazy town on my face. But I have used this before, so this is what I use today. I really recommend you moisturizing before you put your makeup on. For foundation, as you can see, I have about 6 here on my little desk, but I have probably repurchased this a dozen times. It's $5.95 at Walmart. It is, excuse the beeping, I need to replace the batteries in my fire detector. It comes in a really good variety of shades, undertones, all that jazz. So I use the matte and poreless. There is a dewy one. There's a dewy and smooth version, which I bought accidentally one time. Definitely is dewy. I find I get more coverage with this one, so I do about 2 layers and then I'm good to go. So this is just a good go-to foundation for me. Doesn't break me out. Love the shades. I have all different shades of depending on how tan I am. Yeah, with 2 layers with a beauty blender, I can get a good medium coverage, and I really love this foundation. For concealer, I will have to say that my Holy Grail Ride or Die concealer, LA Girl Pro Concealer, the HD, I want to say I've bought at least 20 of these guys. I can use this for foundation on days where I just want, you know, to go to the gym, put some of it on, blend it out with Beauty Blender, put some blush on and go. It's amazing for under eye concealer. I don't ever get cakey with this. It's creamy enough. I get good coverage. I use this on all my brides, my bridesmaids. This is my Holy Grail concealer. It's only $2.99 depending where you get it. I think at Ulta, now that they have it there, it's like $4.99. But this is my favorite concealer. I use the shade Creamy Beige today because I am a little bit more tan. Porcelain can be a little bit too bright for me when I'm tanner. So, but they have like 30 shades to choose from. They have corrector shades. I have quite a few of the yellows. So favorite concealer, Holy Grail, love it. Now for setting powder, I will always be using my RCMA No Color powder. It was $12 and then with shipping it was like $17 altogether. So, I mean, and I've had this since October, and I still have a good little bit left. I'll have to repurchase in a little while, but I just can't say good enough things about it. You can use it on all skin tones, lighter, darker. It's not going to be ashy, and I will never repurchase Laura Mercier Translucent again because this is less than half the cost and you get triple the amount. So, really recommend this setting powder. I haven't found a setting powder that I love from the drugstore, like where you can go and get it at Walgreens or Walmart. So if you have one you love, link it down below or write it down below. For contour, okay, so y'all know I've gone through 50, 100 billion of these guys from Wet n Wild, but now when we moved here to Tennessee, I started using the Morphe contour kit, and right after I started doing that, I started breaking out crazy, which is why I have scarring here. And I thought it was the Morphe, and then all my brushes had it on there. So I was like, okay, just stop using it. But then once I used this, I would keep breaking out. So I think I am now breaking out to this Dulce de Leche. The light shade I still use and abuse, as you can see. That's really why I buy this, for the light shade, because it's like a gorgeous banana shade. Be careful with flashback, but it's really, really pretty. Very buttery, smooth, love it. I put my beauty blender in, pop it on there. But the contour shade, I haven't used this on my cheeks in a while because I'm so scared to try anything new, because that I have so much scarring here because something was breaking me out. So I think it was both, and I just had a subscriber write that this broke them out too. So I feel bad because I recommended it to you guys, but I mean, it wasn't breaking me out. But I don't know, you know what? Maybe it's the reformulated one that started doing it, but maybe you'll have luck with it. But the banana shade I have no problem with. So this is a ride or die for me. I'll still repurchase this. But as far as contour goes, the Anastasia contour shades never do me wrong. I use the Anastasia contour shade in Mink most of the time, but recently I've been loving more of like a bronzier versus ashier tone. So I have been using just her contour kit in the medium dark tones or palette or whatever. So that's what I use to contour. And then for bronzer, my favorite, you guys probably all know if you've been watching me for a while, is the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. This is in the shade Rubbed Off because I've used and abused it. There's like 3 shades to choose from. It's the warm version. It's just beautiful. It is so beautiful because it's not shimmery. It is not matte, but it gives you like this glow from within bronzed look. And it's like a perfect warm tone. I don't know if you can see it right there. But I love it, and I'm very scared for when I can't get anything out of this anymore because y'all know I'm frugal. I love my drugstore products. I love high-end products, but once they're out, that's when I'm kind of like, okay, do I buy this again, or do I find something at the drugstore that's similar? But with this puppy, I love it, and I might have to repurchase it. So holy grail product for me. It just makes my skin look good even when I have texture or when I'm breaking out. Like once I put the contour on and then I put this bronzer on, I just feel like it makes my skin look so smooth and buttery, so I love that. For blush, y'all know I love the Wet n Wild Fantastic Plastic Pink blush. I just love really pretty baby pink blushes on me. That's what I feel like I look good in with my skin. This is like $2. $2.99. So I know they're doing new blushes, but I can still find this at Walgreens and Five Below, I think. So that's all I have to say about that. For highlight, I'm very picky with highlighter. I have the Becca Champagne Pop. I had Mary Luminizer, which I loved. I broke, but I'm just very picky with highlight because I don't have crazy texture in this area, but I don't want to look like, I just feel like when you layer a certain highlight on top of contour and blush, you can look really ashy and funky in person. And I just want to look like I have a glow from within. So today I use the Physicians Formula Translucent Pearl highlight. This is gorgeous. I feel like it just gives a really nice glow. You know, I also use my Reserve Your Cabana from Wet n Wild. I have given this some loving. So those are my 2 holy grail highlighters. Really daytime appropriate, and then for nighttime, if you want to add more, you can just have a heavier hand. So I really love those highlighters if you're in the market for one. For brows, I pretty much use drugstore for brows. I do have Anastasia's Dip Brow, but I need to get some Duraline or whatever it is because it's a little dried out at the moment. But basically I will either use this Essence Brow Pencil and Taupe or the Jordana Brow Pencil and Taupe. So, you know, as a blondie, I don't like to get too warm with my eyebrow color, and I know a lot of blondes struggle with that. So these 2 have been great. The Jordana one's $2.99 and this one's $1.99, so you can't beat it. I go through them quick. I had some trouble with my brows today because they're just, you know, you just have those days where they're great, and then you have those days where it's like, I have brows from hell. And then for eyeshadow, Makeup Forever product, this is the Artist Shadow Palette 9. It's a great palette, great for a makeup artist. Brides love this goldish shade. The problem is there's no really matte shade. But anyways, this shade right here, the one that I have on my eyes, I rub my finger in it, I swipe it on, and then I go in with a clean blending brush and I blend out the edges. Then I go back in with the shade with my finger, and then that way it gets the shimmer back on the lid. There's something about this shade. It's like a bronzy, olive green, beautiful combination, and it works really good with my eyes. And then I have this lip shade, like this is my favorite. So I'm almost out, and I've had to be careful because I was like, oh, I have to save some for when when I'm doing my video. And this is something that, you know, let's see, the shade is called S556. Makeup Forever shades are really funky with their names. You know, I'm big on finding drugstore alternatives, but this shade is very near and dear to my heart. Two mascaras that I've repurchased the most. I'm always grabbing Best Lash Extreme and this. Sometimes I like to do Best Lash Extreme. That gives me the blackness and the volume. Then I'll go in with this and this kind of separates everything. So Holy Grail mascaras. They're both like $3. Can't beat it. For lashes, I have a new favorite glue, the Salon Perfect Strip Eyelash Adhesive. The Ardell Wispies are like my go-to all-time faves, but the Salon Perfects are great too, and they haven't been popping off, so I love these. So anything wispy from Ardell or Salon Perfect are my go-to lashes. And for the lips, finally, my Holy Grail lip products. So it just kind of depends on what mood I'm in. The Soft Berry obviously has a darker, more berry outline to it, but I always use pale pink on the inside because I just need a mauve tone. This is my go-to. I feel myself in this lip shade. It doesn't work for everyone, but for me, it's my baby. So that is my Holy Grail products. This is my go-to Holy Grail look. This is what I do all the time. So that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoy these products and this look if you try to do it, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.